Hello, fellow cultivators. This is the episode 2 or maybe 3, depending on how you rank, how you put it, of the series of the tier list for the Rewrite Destinies in the game Tales of Immortal. And previously we have talked about, we are still in the part of we are talking about series of Destinies in the normal Destiny list. And this video we will be mostly focusing on some near-death Destinies, including series one, and we'll also add in maybe the other which are not series, but still about near-death ones. And then as well as one kind of one rand of energy, which is because the reason I put it here is because it's kind of similar to the hidden potential. That's why I think it's good to put both of them in this one video. So that's it. Let's start with Emperor's Legacy. And this is, let's say, this is the first near-death Rewrite Destiny I will be introducing. So it's actually the Chinese English translation wasn't that great because you don't know what kind of emperor it is. But the Chinese word for this is Qingdi Yilu. So Qingdi basically is kind of like a blue/green emperor, depending on how you call, for example, bluebird or greenbird. It's the same Chinese word. So that emperor in Chinese mythology, I don't even know if it's traditional mythology or just recent years, the internet fictions, etc. Basically, it's considered as the emperor of the East, and he is kind of resembling of wood or stuff. Therefore, this legacy basically allows you, when you are dying, you transform into flower fairy 12 once, and as long as there's at least one alive, you will revive. Can be triggered only once every 90 seconds. I can tell you it's not that great, and you can sort of imagine as well. And this because when you die, you just change into flower fairies, and you can't do anything apart from that, right? So let's get into the battle and try to see how does it work. Oh, great, it's Duncan. So she should no, don't attack it. Don't recover HP. Kill me. Yes. And here we go. These are the 12 fairies. I think many of the NPCs also have this thing. And it does attack the enemy, and it's not that strong neither. The thing is, you can't do anything apart from waiting at this point of view. You are, like, in this case, I am fairly sure they cannot defeat Duncan, right? So, if you are against actual mythic monster rather than the tower case where you have time limit, you are still screwed. So, basically, not much useful. The next one is Mad Fighter. It's not really near death one, but it's when your vitality drop 20%, so I put it here. And I'm not even sure this thing actually exists in game, to be honest, because I've never seen anyone taking it. I've never seen any NPC taking it as well. Maybe just me missing it, but supposedly when your HP drop below 20%, you turn into Mad Matter, damage taken minus 50%, damage taken, I don't know what does that mean. Damage done minus 50% and damage taken plus 100%. That is just simply bad, and you lose control. I don't think this is good at all. But let's see, I'm already less than 50%. And yeah, I'm losing control. Oh, maybe now I realize maybe have seen other NPCs taking it. You can see there are some red things around me, and I can't control this much. But I can use skills. So basically, doesn't allow me to. I can't control me to. It's moving by itself, but I can use skills. So in a way, it's maybe not too bad. Now think about it. For example, after using this, I recovered enough HP so that I can regain control back of my. So maybe there is some use, because you can use your skills during this phase. Alright, so wow, it's better than I thought. And it's not really a near-death one, to be honest. The next one is, again, a special when you are dying type of Destinies. It's again not really in the list of series of Destiny, even though you can see it's Moonstone Power 2, but it's actually not. So it's just here the only Wushun Power 2 is only one which you are dying once. When you are dying, you transform your Mushroom Man. 30% of vitality will recover. Duration 50%. And this is actually can only gainable if you eat a strange mushroom before your breakthrough. And this is one of the ways you can refresh your Rare Destinies in your Chaos difficulty as per the first basic knowledge of this series. So I don't think I need to say it again. And again, because of this thing, that's a general thing you should not choose when you are dying type of Destinies, because that will make you give up this method to change the list. Now, this Mushroom Spirit maybe is the so-called Mushroom Power 1, because there's no Mushroom Power 1, and it's really weird. And I don't know if this is also, you can only get it from taking a strange mushroom, or if there's another way, or maybe there's no way to get it. But it's kind of mushroom goes in your head, you have weird effects, not good. And Mushroom Power 3 is something different. When you're dying, you're transforming Mushroom Man. Yeah, that is there, right? That's the same as Mushroom Power 2. But also, an edible mushroom spawn nearby. I think this probably can only be taken if you have taken Mushroom Power 2 after eating a strange mushroom, and next time when you break through, you can upgrade it to Mushroom Power 3. So edible mushroom is actually quite powerful. If you have using the gourd and you have used the Mushroom Man as your imp, you will know that it can amplify your damage to really a lot, well, probably 3 or 4 times. And so this one can be quite useful. It's just every 10 to 20 seconds is too slow, and you cannot guarantee the edible mushroom is the one make you increase damage, or that one make you small and increase your speed. So imp Mushroom Man is much more reliable and better way. But let's get into the battle and try to see it. Let's first start with this. So first I try to get killed. And yeah, I'm already killed, but instead of becoming Mushroom Man, I somehow get into the ground. I think this might be a bug, to be honest. Why am I in the ground? And I do generate a bigger mushroom here. And it should increase my attack quite a bit, so I become big. And another mushroom generated. So yeah, it's not too bad. The next one is Joe is here, and just like the next one I will talk about, Chicken King is here. Basically, when your vitality drops below 30%, again one of the so-called near-death ones, you have a chance to receive help from Mystery Man Joe. And it have a chance, so I'm not guaranteed if when I show you, I will actually trigger it. So I'm scared of that. Let's see. Okay, in this case, it's actually triggered. So you can see Joe come here, and I am sitting on its sword, and all the small blue sword dropping from the top are actually Joe's fighting for you. At this point, I was thinking that probably have something to do. I cannot use my martial skill attack. Maybe those blue sword is martial skill, but I can use my special skills, and I can even use my out or even my motion skills. Then I was wondering if those blue sword are my martial skill, or is something to do that is not really compatible with my nether feather. But now I can use my martial skill, and those blue sword vanished as well. So I don't know, but it's not too bad. The next thing on our list is Chicken King is here, and just like Joe is here, it is when your vitality drop below 30%, basically near death one, you have a chance to revive his help from Chicken King. And I think you probably have seen this from NPCs who have this thing. And I will not show how this thing triggered in battle again, because I've tried 20 times in a row and never triggered it. And only one time I triggered it, it triggered after I dead. So there's no way to see how it works, but from what I can see, it's not the actual Immortal Chicken King coming. It's Giant Chicken, that's all. So they made this Destiny before they implemented the Reborn and Transcendent update with all the Chicken King or King Luhua, etc. So don't expect King Luhua will actually personally come to fight for you, just a giant chicken, and that's it. The next one in our list is Hidden Potential. So 1, 2, 3. I am actually surprised this one actually have 3 tiers. So the first tier, what it do when you are dying, you instantly recover 30% vitality and increase your HP. So basically give you a second chance. Obviously only trigger once per battle. Now the second one, when you are dying, you recover half of your health and your agility will increase 25% and 15% damage. Sounds not too bad for 10 seconds. And the third tier, when you are dying, you instantly recover 80% vitality and your agility damage will increase 25%, 50% damage. In addition, your skill cooldown minus 20%. Actually, it sounds not too bad. So the thing is, this probably only lasts 5 seconds. If I'm not wrong, I could try it, for a change. So the whole idea of this, let's say if you can finish the battle in 5 seconds, you have a nearly 0 cooldown special skill. If you want to know how to do that, check out my videos. And let's say you are not at Reborn yet, so you don't have Wandering Cloud, you do not have, what is it called? You don't have, the Down Mind, which is minus 10%. You do have Blood Energy to minus 20%. So what you can do is you have 0 HP into the battle, 1 HP into the battle, get into the battle, die, and then you recover 80% HP, and then you have minus 20% additional cooldown of your skill, so you reach 0 cooldown special skills. Then you finish battle in 5 seconds. And you can do it again because it triggers every battle. So again, if you just want to do this using 3 slots for this, it's not worth it at all. In a way, if you take one of them, so one way it can make it a bit worth it is if this is not 30% but 80%. And then it's maybe okay in the sense that you don't need to heal yourself anymore. Basically, every time you lose HP in any battle, it doesn't matter for you. You just continue to go to the next battle, and you die, and you recover 8% HP. So, in this way, it's good in the sense that, I recover. You don't need to use any healing options, so save you quite some pills. That's the only way I could think about useful for this. Or if you are, let's say you can ensure that I do not die after 30% HP, then it's okay. It's just from the saving pills point of view. But problem is I don't recommend this in higher difficulties for sure. Even in lower difficulty, I don't think it's worth it. If you really just want saving pills, that's not really the thing. And again, the finally 20% of skill cooldown is only useful when you have blood power and you want to reach 0 cooldown, which anyways is kind of a bit more, let's say, higher level thing that usually new players don't do. This is just an example before I show you the example when you get into the tower and die from this. So basically right now my setup is I use my special skill and it has around 0.8 seconds of cooldown. So it's not really 0 cooldown skill, okay? And okay, and 0 cooldown for 5 seconds. Quite good, right? And then I'm back to 0.8 seconds of full cooldown. So that's probably the only use of that one. The next one on our list is Drain of Energy, and so it's kind of similar to the previous one. Again, in pairs. So when your enemy drops 10% in the battle, it will recover 60% of your energy. And I would say that Tier 1 Drain of Energy is actually quite good, even in Chaos. I would still recommend you to take it when you are in progression, because this allows you to save a lot of pills. Just like previously I said, if that's what was the thing, hidden potential allows you to recover 80% of your HP, then maybe useful to save your pills, because it is triggered in every battle. So each battle you drain all your energy up, you use all kinds of your skills, make you very happy, easier to, much better for your experience in the game. And the next battle, once your energy drop 10%, you again recover 60%. So I consider it quite nice for the quality of life. And later on, when you are in the later game, you can anyways rewrite it, use some of the items. So level 1, I actually would recommend it just for quality of life. And random energy level 2, it's not bad. If you look at it, what it does do, it actually even better. 80% of energy and clear up all the cooldown with skills. It's only once though, so in a way it's not too great. You can provide use 2 outs, that's it. Now, the level 3 is just similar to the previous hidden potential one. For not only you recover 100% of energy, clear up all your cooldown, but for next 10 seconds, first one, not 5 seconds, 10 seconds, the cooldown of all your skills minus 50%. This is actually really good. And with this minus 50%, a lot of those zero cooldown builds can be done without having all these annoying things like blood energy. First of all, you can't use blood energy with random energy because blood energy requires you to have zero very low MP, while random energy allows you to have full MP. Well, also, you don't need to have all those down mine and everything else. So it's actually quite great. The problem is only 10 seconds. So if you can't kill the enemy in 10 seconds, it becomes useless. So back before the Reborn and Transcendent update, random energy was actually better than blood energy, because at that time the player's damage is way, let's say, above the HP of the chaos mythical monster in the game, apart from 50 throwing you, of course. So back then, random energy is one of the good destinies in those ultimate min-max builds, because you basically guarantees when you have zero cooldown special skill within 10 seconds, you kill the enemy. And also because at that time there's no Wandering Cloud, so with blood energy you cannot reach zero cooldown special skills anyway, and therefore the only way to reach that state is using random energy. Now, since the Reborn update, first of all, now there is a legit way for you to reach zero cooldown special skills without all the time, not in like 10 seconds. So if you can have something permanently, why do you want it in 10 seconds? So this thing already become much worse. And also, you might thinking, well, this is still a way, right? If I just don't want to use blood energy, I like have my MP bar full. It's still useful, but now the thing is, a lot of enemies, including a handful of Immortals in this game, have damage reduction, not damage limits. So which means even if you have zero cooldown special skill, you cannot guarantee kill them in 10 seconds. In fact, very few. I don't think you can. I mean, probably Li Zhu, you can kill him in 10 seconds for sure, but for example, let's say Kun Wu Jianyi, or let's say Chicken King, there's no way you can kill him in 10 seconds, even you have zero cooldown special skills. So therefore, this thing becomes much more worse. And in nowadays meta, nobody is using it anymore. But back then, it's useful. Therefore, I only recommend you to use random energy 1 as a quality of life. So as an example here, currently my setup, when I use my special skill, you have 2 seconds of cooldown when I didn't trigger my random energy. But now that I use it again, I will trigger random energy, I will reach 0 cooldown. And yeah. So you have 10 seconds of Superman time. And to be honest, because I am in the arena, so I can trigger this thing multiple times. But in real, okay. So now back to high energy. I am again back to 2 seconds cooldown. So basically that's how random energy does. You get 10 seconds Superman time, and in one battle, that's it. The next one in our list is Burrow, so it is the worst version of hidden potential. Similarly, when you are dying, you instant recover 30% of HP. Now you burrow in the ground, recover 5% HP per 5 seconds, so 25% or less in the first tier. Second tier, instead of increasing your agility and increasing your damage, now you're recovering more HP, so 50%, and a Phantom will spawn dealing 60 damage. Wow, that's super high. It exists for 60 seconds. Do what? And the third tier, a Phantom where Spawn dealing 100 damage looks quite great, and you only even gain 65% or sorry 75% of HP back during this underground, and the Phantom Dive deals 54 one-time water damage. Bad, really bad. Like hidden potential is better than this, at least have some use. This one I don't see any use, especially since it's one of the you are dying ones. It removes one of your methods to refresh your destiny list in chaos as well. So just very bad. I mean, like what were they thinking when they're balancing this thing? It's clear hidden potential is better than this, right? The next one in our list is Shield Spirit, so it's different from Mysterious Shield. So Mysterious Shield is an okay destiny that allows you to automatically deal damage to enemies and protect yourself. Shield Spirit is different. It's more like when you are dying. Again, one of the when you are dying ones. So again, remember that you should remove one of your refresh destiny list method. So what does it do? Let's see. Tier 1, you receive a shield of 30% vitality. So okay, basically like you have 30% HP recovery, because shield basically enemies damage will wear down the shield HP as well. So it's similar to the other two cases that you have recover 30% of HP. And what else? When you're done, you receive 50% a shield, and next 10 seconds shield will deal 200 damage to the enemy. This is a bit weird to me. What does 200% damage mean here? What does the shield will deal damage mean here? Like if I don't do damage, will the shield do damage? And what is the base damage of the shield? If I don't know this, I don't know how good this is, isn't it? It looks like even have true damage, 200% true damage. But again, I don't know what is the base damage then. If it's 200 true damage to the enemy, then it becomes useless in the chaos, of course. And now third tier, the same thing, and when the shield drops 0, it will explode. Deals quite a lot of fist damage. I'm not sure this here. I have the feeling that this so-called explode basically is heal breaker. It basically allows it to do damage like heal breaker, except heal breaker is do true damage based on how much shield you have, and here is when the shield goes to 0, it deals a fixed amount of damage to the enemy. And notice that if you do not recover your HP during this time, this explosion, after explosion, you die. So, first of all, again, as one of this, when you are dying Destinies, I do not recommend ever in Chaos. But if you taking this thing, maybe not in Chaos, in some other difficulties, you feel like, okay, I'm using 3 Destinies to gain a second life. Is it worth it? In my opinion, not worth it. But if you just want to have it for fun, you can take it. And if you really want to take this, use any way to recover HP, because hopefully when your second life, the 70% of shield wears down, you already recovered enough HP for you to become healthy again. Because you won't get a third chance, because it only triggers once in battle. And let's see how does it work. Again, I have 0 HP here. And I hope the guy, yeah, he can kill me very easily. So, please, kill me now. I was killed, sorry. Yeah, it is a heal breaker. And sorry that I was using the bluebirds thing at the same time, but if you look carefully, there's a heal breaker damage going on, and it's not too high. So, yeah. But as you can see, using blade, I recovered the HP, so it's okay. Alright, now it's time to end this video for mostly near-death type of Destinies. And I just want to emphasize again, if you are playing Chaos, if you want to use the Strange Mushroom way to reset your Destiny list, don't take any of this type of Destinies. But otherwise, if you want to take it, so there are few types. One is like Emperor's Legacy, or Mad Fighter, or Joe's here, Chicken King's here. These are basically only takes 1 slot, first of all, so it's not too much. It gives you a second chance. I might consider take Joe's here or Chicken King, maybe Joe's here, or Mad Fighter, because it does allow you to still fighting while in that stage. Like when at least when you are using Mad Fighter, you cannot control your movement, but you can use in general your skills. And Emperor's Legacy is bad because you cannot use your skills. Chicken King here is kind of bad because the Chicken King is not real Chicken King, not King Luhua, and I don't think it will let you use your skills neither. And of course, no matter which one you take, you need to probably have a good life recovery method like Blade or some kind of blood power. That is there. And then we have the series ones, and in general they are not worth it because they will cost 3 Destinies. Or then it's like 1 Destiny I might still consider it, but 3 Destiny definitely not worth it. And you would think about, when you upgrade to level 3, will it actually help you in your playthrough? So Burrow definitely bad. And what about the shield stance? It's also bad. As you can see, first of all, it's a shield, not real HP, so there are many ways. There are ways to directly kill you, even if you have shield with you. So that's one thing. Also, the final heal breaker, the damage is not that high, the fixed term, so it's also bad. So then, what is it? The other one, what is it called? Hidden potential. Yeah, right. So this one is okay because it lets you enter the 5 seconds of Superman time if you have built up your character in a certain way. Like you are using the correct special skill, you have the mastery 25%, and you have somewhere else minus 20% of your cooldown. It can be from the Down Mine or plus Wandering Cloud, or coming from blood energy. And in this case, you get 5 seconds, but it's not really worth it still. So I would still call it bad. Well, on the other hand, Rain of Energy is kind of similar to this, but just an MP version, so which is the one adding to this one, which is not a near-death Destiny. It's, first of all, it's minus 50%, which means you don't need to build a specific setup. You only need some kind of like minus 25% cooldown reduction from Mastery, and that is enough. And it's also just MP. Then it allows you to enter 10 seconds of Superman time, and apart from a few enemies in Reborn, the Transcendent, it is still quite good. So it used to be very good, but now after the Reborn Transcendent upgrade, it becomes less good. I would put it in the middle tier. Like if you are not playing Chaos or if you are not min-maxing, you can try it out. It's not too bad. And Rain of Energy level 1 is actually quite good quality of life Destiny. You could always take it when you're in early to middle game and just rewrite it later. And then there's finally the special one, which is the Mushroom Power, which is also near death one, but it doesn't. Of course, this is time when you're already using the strange mushroom, so it doesn't care about using this thing will change your destiny list or stuff. So if you want to take it, it can be fun. But I think the first level, so-called Mushroom Power 2, isn't that useful because you are just become a mushroom and well somehow it seems that there's a bug, you are just hidden. But the second level, so whatever the upgrade level, which will grant you some mushrooms, again can be fun if you are not using gourd, but a gourd mushroom imp is still much better. So that would be it about in this episode. And finally, next episode we will go into actually good, what do you call, a series of destinies. And you know what are the good ones, but also there's a few bad ones as well. That's alright. Let's see you next time, and please consider leave a like and subscribe or make a comment. So, see ya.